One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, Patrick.
Hello, William.
How are you this week, sir?
I'm grand. Wee bit of hay fever, but apart from that, I'm grand.
Do you get hay fever? Badly, do you?
Aye, my mate gets me it. No, the same one gets me chip box.
What is hay fever? Because I've never got it. Oh, I hope you have really good headphones. You just got that right in your fucking ear.
It's like grim. And if it touched my eyes, I'll roar and red.
The only thing I ever got in like the summer that was really, it's weird as shit, my eyes would feel waxy.
Yeah, well that's
the only thing.
That's a kind of form of it.
Oh, it's awful, isn't it? It's like your eyes are like there's something on them and you try to wipe them.
Protestants don't get hay fever because you just have no soul. You know?
I just don't even know how to respond to that. There's
you know,
just so much to take in.
We've got so much soul and music and poetry, and you just have PC mattresses getting pulsed through the estate.
Is that what hay fever is? It's your soul being corrupted.
It's your soul basically being at one with the earth. You know what I mean? So when somebody cuts their grass and the Irishness in you just start.
If I came into the right studio and this is Paddy McDonnell, what the fuck's going on? Talking about being at one with the earth. Did you drop an E before I came into it?
About 3 of them. About 3 of them. When you say E's, I mean it was a wine bar. It's the same fucking thing, isn't it?
Here, underrated sweet.
E10. Oh, mate. They don't even do them the way they used to do them. Like,
no, the big long.
Oh,
don't do them anymore.
Nah. You get these wee tiny stupid things, red refresher bars.
They're great too.
Unreal.
They have like the sherbet in the middle.
Unreal.
They were great. Do you remember you used to get like the Beano and they would give you free sweets and stuff?
No, mate.
Did you ever get the Beano?
No, I was a dandy, man. Beano's definitely nicer, nicer and nicer and all that. There is
Gasher, Ganasher, do you mean Dennis and Nasher?
Oh, them two bastards. That was definitely a Protestant magazine. Like.
That's the Irish pronunciation of Nasher.
The Beano, the
Denhor and Nasher and Ganasher.
That the Beano was definitely the Protestant one.
I got both.
The dandy was fucking a big Fenian on the front.
See, I hated the dandy
because he was a big Fenian. He had tie with horns out of it. And loads of spuds.
His stories would always just be, look at how much of a greedy bastard I'm being. Like, he's getting like 3 pies to himself.
Yeah,
I hated him for it.
Whereas Dennis was running about.
He's the worst
the
Fenian
peace
ever.
lane,
worst hunger striker ever. He's on 3 massive pies.
Well, that's what he wasn't, you see. but Dennis the Menace, he just was running about the peace lane with his 2 fucking Rottweilers. Like, you know, it was just, that was a young Johnny Adair.
He was just being...
Changed his name to Johnny and shaved his head.
Got into Nazis. I stopped reading the Beano around that time. We have to be careful when we're mentioning people on this podcast.
I know.
Last time we recorded a podcast 2 weeks ago, we had to take a break because Paddy was making this magnificent studio. Fucking shout out to Paddy, by the way, because this is looking amazing. But we talked about Prince Philip, and then the next day, dead.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Do you want to do a bit about Arlene Foster? I'm only joking, by the way. I'm only
joking.
I
close with a class Jerry Adams bit. That's fine. That's alright.
Here, I'll be mustard.
Oh,
could you imagine if Jerry Adams died?
Yeah, draw about it.
No, but I mean, could we stick Nolan for a fucking year about the fucking funeral?
Fuck. Did he say much about the Prince Philip one?
Who?
Nolan.
Just.
I don't know. I don't watch what Nolan does.
He was just raging that he never got invited.
Was he actually?
Never mentioned it.
Didn't mention it at all.
Nothing.
Really?
Not one bit.
Despite the fact he got 6 months coverage out of the Bobby Story one. I didn't bring it up at all.
Nope.
Weird. That's weird. I suppose this didn't happen on like lower Shankles.
Exactly. He's from the Shankles. So
didn't carry Prince Philip through the fucking.
Can't say nothing about me own ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we can't talk. See if he dies after this. We're cursed.
Who?
If we kill Nolan.
Nolan.
Talking about him. You know what I mean?
Do you know what? See if Nolan died, he would still come back and do a show about his funeral.
Yeah, just the ghost. They would have like one of those Tupac holograms, like they did at Coachella.
Only today, Ghost Nolan. Why was there only 30 people at my funeral?
What happened to the thing about getting him cancelled? There was a big petition trying to get him off the air.
I don't know.
No?
I heard him saying something like, nobody's going to get me off there. No one's going to get me off there. I'm an impartial reporter. I'm a journalist. And I'm doing my best in this country to try and get the stories out to people. And no one is going to get in front of that. And I was like, right, okay.
Do you know why he did so well in the past year? Because the houses were just filled with taxi drivers not working. So all they had to do was listen to Nolan.
What he done was he stirred up tensions. The last thing we needed was tension stirred up, and he stirred them up. He shouldn't have done it.
But that's what he done. And I'm not even slagging him for it because he's good at it. He's a bit of a cunt for it, but he's good at it. That's what his bread and butter is.
But I mean, seriously, like, you know, why? Why do
gets
it?
ratings.
We'll put it this way: if somebody else was trying to stop the peace process, right?
Yeah.
And we can go through history here. Mm-hmm. They were either assassinated,
yeah,
very suspiciously,
yeah,
and taken out, or outed as something, and then they were disappeared out of the country. So how they haven't done it with Nolan, I don't know. So there's more to it.
Do you think he has something on someone?
No, I think there's more to it. I think they're learning him to do it.
Yeah.
Because what it done was it's taken away from the Tories actually just fucking over everybody.
Yeah.
So, you know, make it out that, look, we have to get rid of her because the Protestants are nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is getting worse as the year goes on. People are getting more and more.
Yeah. Stir it up, get the ordinary working class Protestant, make them look like they're fucking bananas, and then the British just go, look, they're out of control, we don't have any control of it, the politicians over there don't have any control out of it, there's nothing we can do, and we're not being threatened by organised crime.
It's ever come out in 50 years, like a WikiLeaks, but it's like Nolan was in on it the whole time.
Aye. Had shares on.
Sleeper agent.
Aye.
Oh, let's look into this. Panorama deep dig.
Had took insurance out in that bus driver. That individual bus driver had insurance by Stephen Nolan.
That bus driver was the nephew of one of the cameramen on the Nolan show. Coincidence?
Oh.
I don't think so.
Maybe he bought shares in petrol or something.
We need to get Connor Keys in on this. He'd do a deep
conspiracy,
dig.
right?
He'd do a deep dig on it. Be like, where was Nolan on 9/11?
It's Monopoly, no.
I love Keys. That's have you ever seen it? You ever listen to his Deck Charn Yums, him and Mickey?
I haven't, no.
Very, very funny.
No.
Just when we're messing.
I'm too busy on Shane Todd's Patreon watching his videos, William.
No, you're just doing this because you know I was very stupid yesterday.
Listen, all I'm saying to you is Shane was very, very, very disappointed yesterday that you didn't show up. But on top of that, even more so disappointed that you don't watch the show, because he was very, 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 very poignant in telling me that he watches every single one of these podcasts.
I listened to his main one.
And he was like, why would you and William not? And I was like, I'm quite busy with kids. You have an excuse, he says, but William doesn't.
I work 2 jobs.
He says, William doesn't have, he says, William doesn't have children and stuff. He could watch it.
None that I'm aware of, but who knows?
Yeah.
I've had 2 jobs and I do yoga, do you know? It's hard to fit it all in.
You've annoyed the Todd feller, so...
we should tell the story of what's happening before people get confused.
No, they don't need to know the story.
Don't need to know?
No.
The story is me being a dickhead and getting wires crossed and showing up, or not even showing up, thinking I was doing a Zoom gig, but was meant to be in person. What I will say is this, though. Don't be amazed that I'm disorganised, because I try to be, but fuck, Paddy knows I'm fucking horrific.
I'm the same, mate.
Even though, but
I'm the same.
Even...
I walk 5 minutes in before a gig, you know what?
But even directions to places, is there anyone worse in the world than me?
My brother, no, but yeah, I mean, you're a close second.
I'm up there. Well, I also have brain damage. What's his?
What?
Does he just not good at directions?
Oh, he's just middle class, I think.
He had something to do it himself. The sat-nav part of my brain's broken, so
he doesn't like the sat-nav. He thinks it's too... sat-nav's very fucking common.
Is that how he talks?
Yeah. You don't know, he talks like this.
Where's he from?
He's from Millen Road.
Yeah.
But he sounds like fucking some character.
Sounds like he's in the trenches of World War One.
It sounds like... he sounds like he lives down the street from Mary Poppins' employers. Mr. Banks!
It's a fucking Wonder movie too. What else? Do you know what I want to talk to you about? Because you've been a wee mighty boy online, haven't you?
Ach, mate.
You've been slobbering online.
Listen, I'm not slobbering. See, all I'm doing is getting a joke. Like, Mark Zuckerberg put something up a day about, do you ever be that busy with a project that you forget to eat, and I was
Never.
like, I don't think Hannibal Lecter had that problem, and people liked it, so it's kind of like them sort of jokey sort of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So McGregor's putting stuff up, he puts up these things where I'm dressed in a smicked out t-shirt, smicked out pair of shorts, denim shorts, and a pair of slippers that your ma would have wore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the house, like the ones that your ma wouldn't even went to shop to. It was like, somebody brought me back from Turkey, fucking just wear them at the house, you know what I mean?
Aye.
And he was standing them, so I would put, I put up thing like, knowing you can't find your shoes and you have to run out and get something from the car and you put her slippers on. So it was that, but then he wore that red, white and blue t-shirt, and I just says, you look like a curbstone on the shankle. Now, it went sort of viral in a sense, the comment, and people loved it and were singing it. I got a lot more abuse because I'm from West Belfast and said curbstone, but I was actually trying to make it universal and international in a sense, and people's like, you're fucking West Belfast, it's fucking cribby. I know it's cribby, and I was going to say crib, but
Cribby?
if I had
is that what you call Kirby?
Yeah, so you say curb, we say cribby.
Yeah, well, do you call the thing on the side of the road crib? Or where does crib come from?
A crib is a curb.
Is that what that is? So that's why it's called cribby?
So we call it cribby.
Right, okay, I've only ever heard crib.
But if I had to put up, you look like a cribby on the shankle,
Yeah.
people in America would have thought I was talking about a crib, a house.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have made sense.
So you said a curb.
Curbstone.
Were people kicking off because you said curb?
Yeah.
And people want to ask if we're a divided country.
Yeah.
And you name a style of pavement wrong.
Mate, I'm not even joking.
What are you doing?
I'm not even joking, right? We were getting a HelloFresh. Do you know what HelloFresh is?
Aye, that's they send you this little ingredients for your meals.
Yes. So they're meals that you make yourself.
Okay, yeah.
Right? But we get them because, one, it means that we don't have to go to the shops.
Handy's fun.
And yeah, so we were getting it during thing. So the guy was coming on like a Tuesday night and leaving it at the door because they weren't even wrapping the door anymore. Right?
Yeah.
Somebody passed my house and seen it there 2 weeks in a row. And then went down the road and started saying, that fat bastard Paddy is on one of them fucking mad dad things from fucking England. Who does he think he is? He's a fucking snob. He has his food delivered in boxes, but it's fucking keep fit stuff and all. Like Chinese whispers.
This is so surreal. So
then I get this message from somebody like, you fucking forget where you come from, fucking getting food.
You're sitting
And
there
I'm like,
with lettuce,
mate,
trying to act like you're better than me.
mate, that whole box was 40 odd quid and it's for 5 nights. Your Chinese would come to more than one night, you know what I mean? And he was like, oh, you fucking forget where you fucking come from. So people do, so I'm not that slabbering only.
Yeah.
So it was just a few comments, but people are starting to think, they're going, McGregor's going to knock your fucking when they see you.
As though McGregor's just walking around Andy Town. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, fuck's sake, how many people, they used to walk into Thompson's fucking thinking they were John Travolta on Saturday night, and then they were fucked out thinking they were Conor McGregor. Do you know what I mean? That's half of the road.
But that's... So, I just don't understand how they're like, this guy has vegetables at his door. Who the fuck does he think he is?
Oh, you forget.
Pot noodles too good for you, dickhead?
Oh, I know that there, cunt there. What's wrong? Yeah, I'm fucking chip buddy, you fuck. You know what I mean?
Doesn't have a bottle of Vitazaid in the house.
Can you believe he's feeding his kids proper fucking nutritious food?
He takes solid shanks.
You're not going to believe it. Know what they had last night? Fucking couscous. Fucking couscous. The fuck's he think he is? The Himalayas or what?
Paddy, I'd like that food. Fuck up and drink your drink your Capri Sun.
That Paddy one's a fucking cultured bastard.
See, the older I get, seeing your kids, you love all that fake shit, don't you? That processed food. See, now you're older, I wouldn't touch half of it.
I
Like
know,
a cheese string?
but
What
the
the fuck is
The
that?
kids turn their noses up when I make everything from fresh and they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And they're like, can we get a fucking taco chip? And they're like, fuck's sake.
No, I don't have kids, so I can't speak on how people raise their kids and all, but there is a small part of me. Do you ever see a young kid and the adults giving them a full meal? Mm-hmm. And they're just sitting there with like a 5-year-old with an adult meal? A part of me is like, why does he have that? Why are you giving that? No, I don't have kids. Who knows? I'll hear a cry once and be like, do you want to go get a kebab?
The thing is, you want your kids to be tired out, so you want them out, run the boat.
Yeah.
And you want to feed the bollocks of them because it makes them sleep.
Right, okay.
So
that's
that part.
Give it a fucking quarter pounder, man.
Yeah. So when you see people feeding the bollocks out of their kids, it's not that they want them to be fat, they just want them to go to sleep.
Because fat kids are, I was always around your kid, but there's some kids going about now where you're like, I couldn't look like you if I trained like that.
I was one of them kids.
You know, I'm talking like...
No, I was really fat.
How fat's really fat?
Like, really fat?
Like, proper, like... I'm talking like, there's your wrist here, and then it's like round meat, then like top of your arm. So it's just round.
Well, it was probably about 12 stone when I was fucking 10, like. That's heavy, like.
That's heavy. I say I was about 10 for when I was that age.
So.
But no, I mean, like, I've seen some kids who are like, that's it, that's easy, 15 stone on that 7-year-old. Like.
See, I was 3 stone under what I said I was. Just to try and get away from it.
No, but like, I've seen like kids beyond, like, even that's just a bit heavy. You're like, that kid's dying and he's not even 10 yet.
Yeah, no.
Like, he's choking on his own throat.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Jimmy Oliver got so much shit when he was like, hey, maybe your kid shouldn't have a burger and chip every day. And everyone's like, you fucking sick bastard. You're like, he kind of did a good thing.
Yeah. No, he was. He knew what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'd still fit him.
Jimmy Oliver or
Conor
McGregor?
what?
You'd fight. You take Jimmy Oliver. I think I'd take Jimmy Oliver.
I don't know. He looks like one of them. He's got the wee lisping on. You would sort of underestimate him, and then you would think. So if Conor McGregor doesn't turn up, I'll fight him.
Right. So here's the phone call. Right. Conor McGregor phones you. Mm-hmm. What are the terms that you accept the fight on? And he's like, Paddy, I'll fucking take you. I'll take you anywhere, right?
When did he become a traveller?
I'll take a shirt off a man's back like fucking that, yeah.
If he was on the phone, he'd start talking like I'd go, listen, you travelling bastard.
This is Conor McGregor's manager. I'm a traveller, yeah. What's it gonna take to get you and Conor in the boxing?
I don't know. Like, what would...
No, you don't ask me. I'm asking you. This is how the fight...
What's the going rate for getting a fucking dig in the mouth from Conor McGregor? I mean...
An old man got it for refusing a glass of whiskey.
He got 40 grand.
40 fucking grand?
40 grand. He came back and gave him 40 grand for his silence. That's why he never heard anything else.
Serious?
Oh, wait, mom was probably...
See, if I was him, I'd have went for more. What would you have went?
I think they offered 25, but then he was like, take your money, I don't want it. And then it ended up 40 grand. He was sort of like, hold on a wee minute. It was only a wee bit of a shove, like.
That
I heard
is...
your wee man asked him to dig him again.
What's that?
I heard that your wee man asked him to dig him again.
We'll round it up to 80, show you.
She wants a conservatory.
You might as well do the left and the right. I'd feed him for 100 grand.
100 grand? Where would you
And that's
have it?
cheap.
Would you have it on pay-per-view?
Wherever you want.
Ever?
Fucking feed
Not
him.
even television, just in
Feed him in
someone's
the middle of that
backyard.
DC pitch he wants. Doesn't even have to be, you can fucking record it on your phone if you want. Don't even have to pay all
It's
them
just me
people.
shouting encouragement to you. Duck, Paddy! Duck! Watch that fucking hook!
Conor, fuck's sake, leave him alone now. Enough's
One
enough.
of his mates is shouting over to me like, you jump in, I'm fucking jumping in.
And you're like, I'm in the fucking Paralympic team. I'm in training, I can't. I lost my Paralympic license and I bet one who's able-bodied.
I lost my license to be disabled. You got a permit for that wheelchair, mate?
I can't say special no more because you keep pulling me about it. It's not Special Olympics, it's Paralympics.
Because they're different games.
I know, so that's why I'm giving you your term and now you're pulling me about fucking having a license. Jesus Christ.
I will have you woke by the end of these podcasts.
Woken
You're
what
going to
then?
be fighting for the rights of beluga whales and fucking American by the time this is over. You're going to be vegan. I'm going to have you up into the 21st century.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's how this
You're
is
going
going
to
to
take
go.
it all, you're going to drag it out of me.
I'm going to get it out of you, mate. And you're just going to go around to your mates and be like, guys, it's just the way we
See
speak.
if you had a said, by the end of this, I'm going to have you beating the drum for the fucking young Protestant Conway volunteers in the Shangle, and maybe we would have believed it more. But the
'Cause I
fact
know-
that it says I'm going to be fighting for... Nah, I do like animals, don't get me wrong. I would have been a vet if I had lived anywhere else.
You'd have been a vet.
Yeah.
I'm not even going back. That just genuinely surprises me.
I love animals, like. Love
Really?
animals, yeah.
Fair play to you. That's actually, I'm not even to make fun of it. It's just very surprising.
It's just that many vets came out of fucking falls. Do you know what I mean?
He ended up breaking bones instead of fixing
What
them.
the fuck's he doing? Sticking his hand up a fucking...
I would just like to imagine you in the middle of a riot, like petrol bomb in your hand, and you just freeze and just you can hear your thought, and you're just like, I wanted to be a vet.
One of the saddest stories, right? One of the saddest stories about the Troubles was about this guy from Ballymurphy who was a lunatic, right? He was that mad of a lunatic that the RA wouldn't let him in. So because the RA wouldn't let him in, he set up his own gang of paramilitaries, but it was all like these lunatics that nobody would let into a gang, right?
Right.
So they would have got like blast bombs and patter bombs set up, right? And then attacked the Brits. But he had a bulldog and he threw a blast bomb, right? At the Brits, and the dog run and got the blast bomb and started running back towards them. And so they all had to run, and the fucking blast bomb went off and blew the dog's head off. And the dog was apparently still running about with no head, right? So your mom was fucking like devastated that his dog died, right? And I'm hearing this story and I'm going, fucking poor dog. You know, I've been told stories about fucking people being, I've seen people being shot during the Troubles, and I wasn't as distraught apart from this wee dog got its fucking head blew off, right? But that's not even the worst part of this story. When you hear this, so your mom goes to the RA and goes, I want the dog to get a Republican funeral because he died in active service. Right? And the RA was like, what? And he's like, the dog died in active service. I wanted to get a Republican funeral. Like, could you imagine a dog getting the fucking funeral now in Nolan? Today on Nolan, Bulldog gets a funeral in Andy Town. Republican funeral.
Jim Allister's on there going, I hope no taxpayer money was used on this Bulldog funeral.
So the RA was like, what do we tell this lunatic? Because he was going on and on and on about the dog getting a Republican funeral, right? So what happened was a few locals then got together and went, listen, we've spoke to the boys there. They're not getting the Republican funeral, but what we will do is, right, see when you bury him, we'll bury him in a tricolour and you can fire a few shots over him or something at night time, right? But we're going to put a mural up on the wall for him. And he's like, that's amazing, right? So they started drawing pictures and all of what the mural would be. And they brought him this picture. And in the picture, right, so there was all these Brits. And then there was the street. And it was all lemons riding in the background. And then it showed the dog. But they drew the dog with no head. Like the head on the ground. And the thought that he would have went, fucking wankers and all, right? And would have clicked on it was a joke. So they brought it to him and the bookies and showed him this and went, what do you think this? This is going to go on the side of the house in Ballymurphy Road. And he started crying in the bookies and went, that's fucking beautiful. my wee fucking Jago would have fucking loved that. Started crying and thought he was getting a mural. And they went fucking nuts when it wasn't done. And they were like, what the fuck? So he was like, it's a campaign to get this mural put on the wall of his dog with no fucking head, who was an active member of the IRA, who was a British Bulldog. But the saddest bit about the story was I was like, poor wee fucking dog died in the Troubles. He
didn't even get to see the Good Friday agreement.
He didn't even get to fucking pick a save. You know what I mean? Poor fucking thing was just fucked in. You're in the rat. But could you imagine if that had done the mural? Like, you know what? Do you know what? It's something Jerry Adams is going to come out with next.
What's up? He went from like freedom at all costs to I've brought out a cookbook, I'm making some jam. Look at my dog.
His next book's going to be Hounds of the Trouble.
That's going to be a wee novel. He's going
to be a page, and I'll do both sides. This here is a story about Johnny Adair's 2 Alsatians. This one here is about Django, the British Bulldog that fought for the Ram Ballymurphy, blew his head off. This one here is Peter Maldison, who was Secretary of State. He brought his Labrador over and lived in the castle. And he fucked all about the Troubles, but he was part of the peace process.
I hope this story goes about online and that the fella, like the Wolf Tones, just dedicate a wee song to the dog.
This one here now, about your cuteness now. This song here is about a dog. It was the British Bulldog that fought for the IRA in Ballymurphy. So we all started off. How much was...
That's better because I was trying to rework the lyrics to Grace in my head there and it just wasn't working.
Oh, Jago, hold the nail bomb in your mouth until it blows. There's parts of you up on Mrs. McGee's wall.
No, I love the fact that guys went, right, time for a rat, we're going to get at these Brits. May as well bring a dog and a wee walk in.
I know.
Guy, he loves the exercise.
See, he's up for it. He's up for it.
The dog be going fucking
Listen to me saying Chucky or not. Fuck me.
You have a wee dog. He's not in here anymore. He's looking for him.
Jackal.
Jacko. Oh, he's a class wee dog. And I'm not a big animal person, just in general. No, I'm not like, I don't hurt them. I'm not fucking cruel. I'm just not a big animal guy. He's class.
No, he is.
He's a nice wee
He
dog.
is. He's a wee pup. He's a wee pup.
But he'll be bigger, won't he? Because I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine you walking a small dog.
No. That happened to me. We had a wee Westie and we moved into a house up in Lagmore, and Andrew's like, you take a dog for a walk? And I was like, yeah. It's like the weather at the minute. And I went out, face tap on, you know, walking about, tattoos hanging out of me. And there was two girls standing at the front door, and the dog went in the bush. And the two of them panicked a wee bit because they see me with the lead, so they knew it was my dog. And when the wee Westie came out of the bush, the two of them absolutely collapsed laughing. And I was like, here they were, we thought you were going to have like a big funny dog. It was a wee fruity dog. I was like, fuck, I went in the house, threw the lead, and I went, and they're walking that dog again. Fucking scundered.
I used to have a wee Bichon Frise.
It's fucking so funny.
Oh, he's so cute.
Even
as
the
well.
fact that you said that.
Well, just wee Bichon. Wee Bichon.
Bichon
But my
Frise.
dad used to have to walk him. My dad's covered, like, you know, fucking arms, legs, tattoos, has a big scar.
How do you get the scar in his face?
I get stabbed and
Did it?
sliced his jugular.
Right.
So he has like a plastic thing in his throat.
I actually think I should be doing the podcast with your dad.
With my dad.
Yeah.
He's the mad one, yeah.
He sounds like sort of somebody I'd knock him out with.
He is very similar to, like, you're very similar to him.
Do you-
You're nicer. But personality-wise, you're very similar.
Is that why?
That's why I did the
that-
podcast with you. I feel closer to you, Thatcher.
Am I like a father figure to you?
No.
Okay. Am I your dad?
I wish you were.
Okay.
You're nice. But, like, he has a, like, plastic throat and a big scar down his face, and he'd be walking down the street, arms fully fucking swinging, just, like, with a wee Bichon just beside him. It looked fucking ridiculous.
Does your dad wear flip-flops all year round?
He's one of the... He does that Belfast thing of, like,
Socks and flip-flops?
it's -7, but he's wearing shorts.
Mate, honestly, I'm not even joking, right? You seen the way the weather is at the minute? Everybody can see the way the weather is.
Yeah.
There's a guy I know, and every day of the year, shorts, face top,
Yeah.
flip-flops and socks, right? Literally, I couldn't breathe with the heat yesterday,
Yeah.
and he was wearing a jacket and jeans, and I was like, what the fuck is going on there? Like, the warmest day of the year, and he's like, that's going to put on full clothes.
I knew him, mate, used to always wear shorts, but he'd come out on a cold day, hot, jumper, gloves and all on, shorts. And you're like, what do you do? He said, just more comfortable. No, it's not. You're freezing.
Yeah,
It's such a Belfast thing. We're just wear shorts all the time.
all the time.
Were you short wear?
Nah.
Nah.
I know I'm wearing them now, but it's because it was warm.
I didn't even notice that you were.
And it was like, I literally got a shower 2 minutes before you came.
Aye. I was early, to be fair. So, for once.
No, you weren't. You were actually on time.
You told me 7:30.
I told you 7. Did I tell you 7:30?
You told me 7:30 as well.
No, I told you 7. Because you're always late, like Shane said yesterday.
I am. Like,
So I always tell you half an hour.
You must have made the mistake because it was definitely 7:30 because I was like, I'm going to.
No, I did tell you 7.
What'd you tell me on? Because I want to. Let's solve this now, and I'll let him wrong if I'm wrong. Was it Insta, Facebook?
I can't remember. WhatsApp?
Was WhatsApp? That's how we mainly talk.
Yeah.
Um,
We're in a WhatsApp group. No, like across the barricade it's called.
I will find. I don't care if this is wrecking the show.
There's no way I spoke. You can hear the helicopter? Oh, they're always above my house. Right, lads?
So, Paddy, what we're gonna do? See, after that message there, can you read that out? Just look into the camera. Say what that says.
It says 7 o'clock for the podcast.
It does not. It says
Podcast
7:30.
at
Like, it says 7:30 for the podcast. Just if our cameraman wants to get it there. Oh, do you want? Hang on. Just there. 7:30 for the podcast.
It just showed my number live.
It didn't.
It did.
Your number's not there.
It did?
Did it?
Yeah.
Your number's not on the top of it.
It
unless you
just
do
looked, there's somebody just waving. My phone's ringing already.
Conor
It's Shane
McGregor.
Todd.
You little
It's Shane
bastard.
Todd, he's on the Patreon.
McGregor's on the other line. Like,
Come
you
on,
fucking hear me now, you little bastard.
I'd fucking kill you, fucking bastard.
This is how I do Conor McGregor. I'm never doing an accurate McGregor.
Accent.
There's something I love when someone's like, can you do this accent? doing a completely different accent that may be spot on.
What's your favourite accent in the north?
Oh, in the north?
Of our 6 counties.
To make fun of or in general?
No, just what's your favourite one? Like, if you hear an accent of somebody from up here, what accent do you go, do you know what? I like that accent.
West Belfast.
No, you
But
don't. No, you don't.
Let me finish. But, like, a well-spoken West Belfast. So not like fucking one man like that there, but you know, someone who's from the West, but at least try to act like they're not. Do you know what I
Like
mean?
Jerry Adams?
Is he from the West?
Yeah. Well, he's originally from Rathcoole, they burnt him out.
Oh, he's from Rathcoole?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I don't know him.
Yeah, they get burnt out. I know it's Newton Abbey, like, I thought it was Rathcoole, but it was definitely down that
Like,
way.
I am a fan of the Belfast accent, but when it's not fully fucking, you know, just mangled.
Right.
When you speak a little bit, when you enunciate your vowels in it, I like a Belfast accent. I don't like many Northern Irish accents.
Right, okay.
Do you know what I mean? There's not many, I think.
I like Derry in a way. I don't like the Chinese Derry one, but I do like a Derry accent.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
How's it going?
How's that a
You're
pleasant...
there? How's it going to you there? Hi. No, I think some part of Derry is very good. You know, when they're speaking to you, and it's just a normal Derry accent.
It's just like a whole city of people who sound like they're afraid of being shouted at.
No, I do.
Oh, yeah.
I do like a Derry. Hi, I do.
There's a very specific kind is okay.
Newey's mad as fucking you fucking Newey bunch.
Newry? Hate Newry. Well, no,
Newry.
sorry, hate the
Newry.
accent. I love the... Newry's a town that gets shit on, and I really enjoy it.
Why do you enjoy it?
I kill there every time. Fucking love me.
Oh, right.
You do well every time there?
I
as well?
do. I do well most places.
Yeah, but you know yourself, there are certain cities and towns that you'll do better in. You always do well, but there is there's well, and then there's a smasher. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And Newry's one of those cities I feel I'm always on.
You feel at ease in it?
Yeah.
Do you think it's because it's dumbed down comedy, do you?
Yeah. It's really easy. You don't have to be smart to get it. So that's why Paddy does so well.
Yeah. 100%.
No, it's not really. Like, they're everywhere in... I was going to say everywhere in Belfast and Northern Ireland's really dumbed down. It's not really. It's just... I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say before I insult people.
Yes. Know what you mean.
See, when someone's like tries to do smart comedy, I don't really enjoy it that much.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Someone who's trying to be smart, you can get someone who is smart just doing comedy, but when they're doing stand up and you're trying to be...
Right, so do you think when they're trying to be intimidating smart, or when they're trying to be smart and they're not smart?
That.
Right.
Actually, both. There's
Do you
someone
think
who's
it comes
clearly...
across like cheeky?
It comes across of, look how smart I am.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's not that...
Smart?
Yeah. Or it's not that impressive.
It's not funny either.
A lot of people come off with points. They're like, does anyone else? And they'll do like a political point, but it's like really like, yeah, everyone thinks that.
Yeah.
Does anyone think stabbing's bad? Of course. Why would I not think
It
that?
depends. It depends.
Depends who's getting stabbed.
Yeah.
Who is worthy getting stabbed?
Pedophiles.
That's fine. I'm not going to argue that. Yeah, that's
No, I
fine.
mean.
It's fine. Just like as their sentence, or they're just out doing their big shop and they ask to get stabbed.
Just in any purpose of life, if they're a fucking pedo.
Yeah. Get stabbed.
I'm not condoning people to go out and stab people that's being accused of pedophilia.
You've done so much in this podcast that you're making him earn his money. Like 1 hour shooting job, 7 hour editing.
No, I'm only joking.
And what's your favourite? So you like, is there any accent you're like, stop talking to me, please?
Do you know I fucking hate some who talks like that there? You know, it's just a big fucking stupid farmer talking bastard.
You're sounding very Ballymena.
You know, when they come from round about there. And not everybody from Palomina. I mean, Paddy McGuy, you can listen to him, or somebody from Lochgale. Like, I can listen to them people and they're not annoying. Yeah. But just some big, heavy, breathing, farming her, you know. And you're just like, fuck up, man.
Yeah.
Just fuck up.
Stop.
Aye.
There's certain farmers, and I don't even know if they do it deliberately, but they have that big booming voice where it'll like fill the room. So they'll have a conversation, you're halfway across the room, and you're like, I'm part of this. I hate that.
Well, I hate that. I hate that accent. Like,
it's atrocious. There's not many down south I enjoy either. I just don't like the Irish.
Oh, how's it going now? Why you're right.
I don't mind that. See when they're all bouncy and stuff. I like that. See when you meet them and they're like, alright, mate, how's it going?
Oh, you don't like it when they're fucking gas.
I want to chop you in the throat, even just here.
The fucking doing that time.
That-
Fucking cheese, fucking F double.
Is that Dublin? I hate
Don't
Dublin.
you fucking
I can't stand Dublin.
don't fucking do that.
Are you just beatboxing there?
I don't fucking turn the fucking 10.
I can't stand the Dublin. It's even the city itself. I just don't really like it.
Is it because it's your capital city, or is it because...
Oh, it's nothing to do. I just don't like. It's because I don't do heroin, so I don't feel there's much in the city for
Well, then
me.
you wouldn't like Ballymena.
That's a big
Although
part.
it's totally changed now.
Dublin.
No, up here.
Oh,
like,
I thought you meant Ballymena. Oh,
like
right, yeah.
there wasn't heroin apart from Ballymena.
Was it,
like-
were you being serious? Ballymena, like the heroin capital?
Yeah.
Or should we send Louis
Like
Theroux with the Ballymena?
during the Troubles, the only place that had heroin was Ballymena. So Ballymena was famous for having a Harley Davidson shop, a McDonald's, and heroin.
So if you're looking to get a cheeseburger, and
Like, it's the closest thing to a fucking Grand Theft Auto game in the fucking Troubles. And it's shithole in the market, do you know what I mean? It's like Grand Theft Auto Ballymena version.
kind of what? Just imagine the Ballymena accent while you're on heroin. Up more than Slippy's a fucking wonder tune, sir.
Fucking hell.
Cheese life. Cheese work and a job.
Train spotting was done in fucking Ballymena.
Cheese life. I can't remember anymore.
Iggy Pop done by the
Garva.
Garva flute band.
I want to see Born Slippy done by then. I can't myself.
Larger. Did you see the boys beating the drum when Jimmy Bryson was on the bin the other night?
Why was he on a bin?
Well, do you want me to give you the technical term for it, or why he was on a bin?
Yeah, because I feel
Because
like
Jamie came out on Twitter and says, I was only on a bin because it was the only thing that we could get close by for a platform.
Why was he on a platform?
Because he's 4'8".
No, man, why is he...
He would have just been this wee tiny person with a cap in the middle of the crowd going, "We are going to stand for this. We are not." And they're going, What?
Clearly what I meant was, what was he speaking about? Not like, I get why he's not, because
He was protesting.
not like him.
He
What
was
was he
protesting
protesting?
against the Good Friday Agreement and protocols.
Protocols. He thought he saw a protocol.
Protocols. I thought a protocol.
Protocol.
I did see
See a protocol!
But he doesn't like the protocol, and he doesn't like sea borders that you can't see. So there's a border
You're
in the
fucking
sea.
adorable when you do
I don't
this.
like that sea borders, and I don't like the borders that you can't see in the sea. But there's a sea border in the sea that you can't see.
See if you ever watch me on School in the Corner, if we ever find it. I had that exact speech impediment.
Did you?
That exact one.
So Jamie Bryson called it off you.
Jamie. No, he's 20 years older. He's like a good 10 years older.
Whammy Bryson.
Whammy boys.
Whammy.
But like, fair play to him for making the speeches that he does, because he does not have a voice for public speaking.
Why oh? Did you ever see the clip? Did you ever...
Someone told me they once played football with Jamie Bryson, like against him. I can't remember the team they played for, but at half time he had to be subbed off because his like ankle bracelet was like timing out. Like he had to be in home for a certain time.
Oh, did he have a thing?
It was around the time of the flag protest.
Flag.
Flag.
You took my flag.
That's we're just doing Jaco game bits now.
Oh. You took my flag.
Where's my flag? Yeah, so like he had to, like when it came half time, he had to fuck off. Isn't that mental?
I have to go here. Put his cape on. It's time to
My
save.
people need me.
It's time to save Worcester. Isn't it mad that him and fucking Jim Allister both have the same like speech impediment?
Does Jim Allister have a speech impediment?
What did you just think he talked like a fucking wanker?
I just thought he downed a load of gravel and then tried to speak. He's not, every time I hear him on the radio, I'm like, can no one get this man water? He's literally there like, and the thing of Sinn Féin, and the IRS, they don't. And you're like, oh my god, cough. For the love of fuck. So tell you what, as much as I don't like Jim Alistair, if you need someone to give someone a bollocking, he's great at it. So I mean, I don't agree with anything really he says, but if you need someone to just give off for 20 minutes, he's the best.
I love the one where he was on and he was like, he was on some programme on BBC, a spotlight or something, I don't know what it was, for question time, but he was like, why would we have a public holiday for a foreign field rebellion in a foreign country? Why would we want to do that when we are supporting or we celebrate the Queen's Jubilee? But we wouldn't do that.
He's turning more and more into Scooby-Doo.
A field rebellion in a foreign country. And there's this Englishman.
Why, Ready?
And Jerry Kelly was sitting there, right? And then the English guy turned around and went, Jim, do you guys not celebrate the Battle of the Boyne, which also happened to happen in that foreign country you're talking about?
That's how they did that Thug Life. Yes, that.
Oh, so funny.
I just love your Jim Alistair, Scooby-Doo.
Whoopie whoopie.
Rose surrender!
Scrappy-Doo.
Where's my rag, Raggy? Who was it? Was it Jim Alistair complained when a school flew an Ivory Coast flag and he tried claiming it was an IRA camp?
No, I think that was Willie Fraser. And he's dead, so we can't talk about him.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, I was actually just about to say whatever happened to him. Like, I used to enjoy him.
We talked about him on the podcast one day and then he died.
We're like that movie, The Ring. Do you know?
Yeah.
If you're on the podcast 24 hours later,
people just send us in names. We'll sort it out for you.
That's our Patreon. It's just a 2-hour podcast going, I bet who keeps taking my parking space on Thursdays.
I'm Marie McGranagan, who keeps letting their dog shite outside. I'm Marie Foster's house.
Our most requested this week, Pierce Morgan. That's 50 weeks in a row.
Who's Pierce Morgan?
Who's Pierce Morgan?
Oh, Piers Morgan?
Yeah. Oh, do
I
you think I said Pierce?
I was going, who's Pierce Morgan? That sounds familiar.
So you said that? I was like, what do you mean? Who's
There's
Pierce
some
Morgan?
wee wagger from down the falls who's like we're into the royal family and stuff and wears a suit.
He's sitting there sweating, smoking a fag, listening to this. What were people raging about this week? I get the feeling people were raging about something and I've forgotten already. There was a good fury for about 2 days and I can't remember what it was about. Was it about football?
Oh, hi, the European Super League.
Yes. What the fuck was that? That for 3 days the world was...
Money. It's about money.
Yeah.
I was hoping, like, everybody was like, it's a disgrace. It's a fucking disgrace, right? And people probably go, Paddy will be a wee socialist because he's from West Belfast. But I was half going, do you know what? I want that to happen. Because I want Celtic and Rangers to win it.
There's not talks of them going into the Premiership.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Would that not collapse the Scottish League?
Yeah.
But who gives a fuck is really what you're answering.
How many times do I have to watch fucking Celtic beat Livingston 9-0 and all? Do you know what I mean?
It's hard to
Like,
get excited about Kilmarnock.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not wrong. Unless they just melded all the Scottish League into
But I heard that they won't let them in because Rangers fans keep wrecking all the towns. Every time they play down there, they fucking wreck all around them. Like, it's just, can they not just go to them and go, lads, seriously, for the next 3 years, do fuck off.
It's weird that that's the Rangers fans doing that as well. You think they'd be the ones that would be, well, we're in England, boys, this is the one we like.
That's a mad thing about it.
Yeah.
Because if you're a Rangers
Loyalists
fan,
love being British, but fuck me, do we hate the English?
they hate the English, right?
Actually do.
And they support a Scottish team, but they'll wear England tops. But then wreck England when they go to it.
I don't like the England football team, but I will say this. Nice kit. It's a nice kit. In terms of international kits, it's up there for me. Like.
Is it because it's all white?
I prefer the red one.
Do you know where they were red?
For blood. Is it for blood? So,
I don't know, I'm asking you.
no, I don't.
Oh, right, so you don't know that much about
it's
the rig?
the alternating colours of the flag. I assume that's what it is.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Right,
That's
you
how
might be
most.
right.
That's how most kits tend to go because Brazil's the
Why
same.
has Germany got a green one?
I'm trying to think what the German flag is like. Is that not to do with like West and East Germany
No.
when they split?
No.
No. Why?
Because the only team that would play them after the World War II was Ireland.
Really?
Yeah. So Ireland played Germany after World War and they dedicated the green rig for them.
Awful nice. Why did Ireland play them?
Because nobody else would play them.
No one else would play Ireland.
Ireland was neutral during the war.
I know they were. Didn't they let...
But they did tout on the Germans, like.
They let them use the port and then told the British they were letting them use the port, didn't they? Or
something
did they let the British know they were using the port?
Something
Or did
like
the British just find out and you being sneaky?
Well,
Don't know why I'm saying
British
you
probably,
weren't there.
the
I went
British,
pure Bryce in there.
you did.
And you wee bastards wanted to stumble the British Empire.
But they probably had touts.
Aye.
Country's full of it, like. Full of touts.
The thing with the Super League, I wasn't against it per se. I was against the notion you can't get into it and you can't fall out of it. That annoyed me.
I don't. It was whenever I looked more into it, it was they were trying to Americanize football.
Yeah, which part of me I'm kind of like, instead of I would like a league where it's like United, Barcelona.
But the likes of Spurs getting into it, like
I
it
know
was
the
like
fuck's
how the fuck Spurs in the
Arsenal?
top 6.
Arsenal haven't been a threat since 06.
Do you know, like Nottingham Forest have more European cups than most of the teams that was getting that.
Yeah, even Chelsea, who everyone can agree is a really good side, still only have one, don't they? Or they have the Champions League and the Europa League. I'm very fucking rusty on football, so if there's anyone watching their TV screaming at this, I'm sorry.
So there's loads of other teams basically. Do you know what I mean? That has won the European Cup,
Yeah.
like Celtic.
What annoyed me was I just laughed at the way like Celtic.
So it's dead funny, right? I don't hate the fact where I'm from, who I am,
No, you do not, Paddy. You do not.
and who I support, right?
Yeah.
The messages I get, like just this week, I got a message from a fella and he was like, me and my wife sit and watch you all the time, and I hate Celtic and I hate Fenians, but we love you. It was like, insulted, all the love.
I love when people do that. They'll say something really horrible to you, but then they'll be like, "But you're all right, so it's right." And you're like, "I'm just really hurt."
Like it happened all the time whenever I used to gig in all the clubs and all the different bars. Like they used to go, like, "It's a wee Fenian, but he's alright." But you know, they actually send it to you now. Like I fucking hate Celtic. I fucking passionate on, but you're alright.
Yeah. Well, what we should do if we set up the Patreon, just do a live stream of us watching Celtic and Rangers matches.
But you don't support Rangers.
I could, for that.
See, I think you do, and then now you're just a.
No, I'm just like playing devil's advocate. If I had to pick a team between Celtic and Rangers, it's Rangers. It's not even close. The only reason I don't say I support Rangers is because I don't watch football.
But you're one of them glory hunters. You're just supporting them because they won the league this year.
No, I don't even support them now.
No, last year you were Celtic. Like
I really wasn't.
You were,
I couldn't name you players of any team. But if it came down to it, Rangers, Celtic, who you supporting? It's Rangers, like.
you may be
Jimmy
able.
Boyce in watching some Rangers.
Rangers.
Getting some drinks in.
Sectarianism.
Drinks in, having cigarettes. It's fucking lit.
Like, did he not go to himself, I really shouldn't get on top of the bin because this is going to go fucking feral?
I was hoping maybe we just went in the middle of it.
Has he not got that much say? At least he had the sense to have 4 fucking idiots fucking holding it.
Yeah, yeah. He's one of those people though, like he'll do something really ridiculous and you'll make fun of him and he'll be like, you're just attacking on more attacks on the Protestant identity, and you're like, no, you were on a bin. You were on a bin, that's funny.
It actually puts credence to the thing that I said when he put up and says, we will not tolerate a sea border in any way, shape or form, and we will fight this with all at our armour. And I went, what the fuck are they going to fight with it? And then I put up a tweet and I was like, Jamie, I can just picture you in a Captain Pugwash outfit on a fucking swan from the Bangor fucking heading out with fucking Nerf guns. Come on! We will take you on the Royal Navy.
He's throwing petrol bombs at boats when their mat's not working.
Big Royal Navy ship going, we can see a guy in a fucking blue willy bin and a fucking white swan.
Jesus Christ, it's Bryson.
It's Bryson on a white swan and a wheelie bin. We will fucking kill you.
Speaking of Celtic and Rangers, did you see the video when they Lennon hammered?
I did.
How did you feel about that? Because I feel that's a thing a lot of people make fun of. And fair enough, you're going to make fun of it, but how do you feel? I felt bad for him.
Listen, everybody's been drunk. I've been drunk. And I've probably been in that state. Do you know, I've been drunk. I've been that drunk with him And do you know what he done?
What?
He put me to fucking bed in a hotel, and then Andrew near fucking left me over it.
Did you fuck me, Lennon?
No. It was like a separate room, but he put me to bed. Like, I got that drunk that he was like, I'm not going to send him home because I don't know where he lives. So he couldn't have put me in a taxi. So he was just like, give him a room and put me in a room. And I was pissed drunk because they were all like professional footballers.
Let's backtrack. Where were you when this
Belfast.
happened? Belfast. Like, where were you drinking that you were with me, Lennon?
There was a Celtic dinner on the Saturday night, and then I was with him, and then he hadn't been out in Belfast since he got a death threat. So he asked me, because I've done the door, could I get him intel somewhere and look after? So I knew a few nightclub owners and knew a few bouncers, so we'll get down into the town, and we had a night. We had up in Thompson till 6:30 in the morning, and then his agent said to me, you make sure he's on a flight the next day, and I didn't get on the flight. So I had to try and find out where he was, and he was in the Chelsea bar, and I was like, the Chelsea? So I went over, and then the next minute I was just...
See if I ever get a phone call from you, it's like, yo, me and Neil Lennon are in Thompson's tonight, you coming? Nah.
Would you not go?
For the stories, but I'd imagine you two would drink far more than me.
Oh, well, see, at the time, he was like professional footballer, so he was like 14 pints and was still standing, whereas I had 14 pints and I didn't know who owned me.
I miss that generation of foot. Now footballers can
So,
go forever.
To answer your question, right? I've been that drunk with him, so I was like, he's fucking drunk. Like, what is he doing in it? If he had been standing pacing in their glass in the middle of a hotel room or something, then I would have went. So all I put up was, yes, look, and I have as much to be angry with him too. Like, he fucked up 10 in a row, but
This is right. Here's what I don't get, because I'm not a Celtic fan. Why you? And it's a football thing in general. Why are you angry at him? Just be disappointed he didn't win. It's like he didn't.
That's what I
he didn't
mean, like,
maliciously lose.
No. When I say I'm angry at him, I mean like I'm disappointed that he didn't fucking win the
Because
league.
a lot of your fans
But
were giving him shit, and I was like, right, fucking
I
back
know,
up.
I know.
He's not
I know.
losing on purpose.
I know. It's football at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's.
Oh, you didn't win 10 years in a row?
Yeah.
You must be gutted.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You got 9.
Definitely. But no, so I mean that was the crack.
Do Rangers have 10?
No, they
have only 9?
we stopped them as doing 10. We done 9 with Jack Stein, and then they nearly done 10 when
In
they
the
were
90s?
cheating. Yeah, when they weren't paying taxes. And then we stopped them. And then now they stopped us.
Right, yeah, okay. So now we have to find out about your taxes.
I
Celtic stops being a club, and that's just the way football goes.
Now you're just being a proper Protestant just because it's Celtic. There's Protestant support Celtic, you know.
Who?
What?
Who?
I could name them.
Name them so I can get them dealt with.
Rod Stewart's one, like probably the most.
He's a prod.
Why did you think he was from Ardown or something?
I
know he has the same haircut as half the
I
Maz in Ardown.
generally thought he was Catholic because he supported Celtic.
But that's my point.
Yeah, no, that's what I like. Yeah.
So you're wrong.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it defeats it.
I don't know why I get all. I don't watch Scottish football. It's like winding him up.
Look, I'm not even joking. Look, he is watching.
I will tell us. What time are we on there?
55.
Right.
Sweet. We'll wrap this up relatively soon before we get on questions. I just have one thing I will tell you about, right? I came in. My granddad's getting a bit older. Right, he's like 80.
Right.
So his head's starting to go a wee bit.
Okay.
I came in and he was sitting on the computer. He's like, I've just won a wee iPhone 12 here. Right, so I sat him down, did this whole thing. I'm like, no, you know you're not to do this, and you shouldn't. But the first thing they're going to ask you for is your details, because you don't want anything. They just want your details. He's like, you're right, and clicked off it. Now I came back half an hour later. He's like, the phone will be here next Wednesday. So he just went ahead and give his number to these people who scammed him. Right, so I had to sit with him, take all the money out of his account, and cancel his cards, and get new cards ordered. Explain the bank. Had to sit with him, do all this. And then later that night, I was like, now, do you know where you've went wrong? He went, see, what you don't realise is I'll think I'm stupid, but they took a $5 out of my account, but they can't take it anymore, and I'll get the phone next week.
So he still thinks
he still thinks he's getting the phone. And I was like, you're fucking... I was like, I can't go to bed until you sit down, you look me in the eye, and you tell me that you know this phone isn't coming.
He doesn't.
He doesn't know. He still thinks it's coming.
See, I was told a story last week of a guy who had been contacted on Facebook, and they were like, we can't get this package, and if you can get this package and pay for this for us, we will turn up at your door with 30 grand. right? So this guy was convinced, took time off work, paid 500 quid into their account, right? Was waiting in the house when the money was meant to arrive. Say the money was meant to arrive at like 1:45 or something, and he left work and went home to get this 30 grand. And people in work were saying to him, listen, this is a scam. You're being scammed. And he's like, I don't think so. The money's definitely coming. He says, either at 2 o'clock I'll be sitting with 30 grand or I'll be phoning the police. Guess what he was doing?
Phoning the police?
Exactly. This is a grown man.
Yeah.
This is somebody in their 40s. Mm-hmm. And he was convinced that just some randomer would contact him on Facebook and tell him, give me 500 quid now. And then what I found out was, whenever he done it, they phoned him and they says, listen, we're customs, we're in Dublin Airport, and we need another 3.5 grand paid to get through it. So,
And did he give
he
that?
didn't give the other 3.5 grand. I think he went to himself, right, okay, everybody was telling the truth from work, but everyone in work was telling them, you aren't getting this money.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. It's not. It scares me now. So like everyone uses their phones everywhere, but like I grew up with it, so like you know how to spot that because it's always been there. See the older generation, like my granny and granddad, who have never dealt with the internet, they've never dealt with the possibility someone might just make this shit up. So they're.
Yeah, it gets past the stage of somebody turning up and letting on to be from the water board and getting into your house and trying to steal a fiver out of your drawer.
Yeah, it's just the new
It's
way
got
of doing
till
it. Like.
now word to fucking come in and wipe you out.
Yeah. So now it's a lot scarier, I think, for them because they don't know what it probably don't have a fucking clue what's happening, so they can't spot what a fake email is. Like you get a fake email, like I get them all the time.
Oh mate, I had one last week. This guy,
I am very horny, and you'll get big, and you're like,
I'll
what
have
is this?
them ones, but this guy's called himself Q Kelly, right? And has like a balaclava Provo guy as his picture, right? And his name was Q Kelly, and started sending me messages. It was like, you know, you're on a list, and I was like, holy fuck, right? So I started panicking because his profile picture is a fucking Rahman. And he says, do you know you're on this list? And I was like, what fucking list? And then I started freaking out a wee bit. So I was like, what fucking list are you talking about? All right. So I sent him a message. He's like, are you serious? Have you not got your money? And I was like, what money? What the fuck? Are you asking me for money? Are you trying to get money off me? So then I was going, is this cunt serious? Is it somebody I know? So the messages were going back and forth, and then he's like, no, seriously, I got the money the other day. You're on the list. You should just need to contact the agent and you'll get this money. And I was going, oh, right, okay. So this is fucking, they've took a profile of somebody called Q Kelly. It's probably dead, who had this Provo on the thing. And then I started sending the messages, and I was going, that's all right, no, but you better give me that scorecard back. I lent you and all that. So I've said them, and he's like, no, I'm serious. And I'm going, no, I'm fucking serious. I'm going to go down and kick your man's three-legged fucking Jack Russell. You can't, all right. I'm just messing him about as much as he's messing me. So some wee guy sitting in fucking the Congo going, what is he going to kick my fucking Jack Russell? How does he know my mum?
What is a score queen?
What is a fucking score queen?
Some stupid bastard thinks I'm getting him 30k. But yeah, it's the thing about it being on your phone is it's with you all the time now. Yeah. That's how I feel about for the gambling addicts now. Like it's there all the time.
Do you know what? That's the closest I've ever seen you to a DUP man there. You were like 2 seconds away from banging it. It's there all the time. Fenian bastards.
Paddy par. No, but the Protestant comes out when you're angry, and that's one of the few things. Protestant gets me. Yeah, Protestant. Yeah, that's what but it comes out when you're angry. That's one of the few things gets me angry is like the gambling companies and banks.
Is that right?
Hate them. Have you ever seen The Big Short?
No.
There's just Steve Carell's in that movie. He plays like this small guy who just hates big bankers. He just spends the whole movie telling people like fuck themselves and fuck you. That's me. That's how I feel when it's like
banks are cunts.
Oh, I hate them. Just take it. Oh,
we're sponsored by Ulster, man.
Yeah, thank you, Ulster. This was done by Betfred. Thank you. Right, we may get some questions on because we're running.
Right, go ahead. Do you want to start with some of yours, or do you want me to start?
I'll put mine up here. Sorry, 2 weeks. Have you got yours there?
I do.
Yeah, you go.
What's the best drink? Hold on. No, we'll go back to start here. See. Ask him why his uncle Prince Andrew is such a pedo.
Was that to me?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not my uncle.
He's not.
I assume it's just because he likes bucking children. That would probably
Right.
be why.
Let me see. Rather never eat a Chinese again, or rather never eat an Indian again. Chinese, I would just genuinely not have a Chinese again.
I'd take an Indian there because
Do you not like Indian?
I like it, but only if I go out to eat. I like going to an Indian restaurant.
Do you like Indians?
As a people,
Oh.
fairly indifferent to them.
Right.
But I can't get an Indian home and eat it in the house.
Why?
It's just not as nice. It's nicer when you go out.
You don't like a takeaway Indian, you like an Indian.
I like a sit-in Indian.
Right, okay.
Takeaway Chinese.
No, well, I could do away with the Chinese.
Where China? Do you not get Chinese? No.
I do. I had one last night, but I'm just if I was to pick, I would have an Indian.
What do
all
you
the time.
go Indian? Do you go spicy? Do you?
Not really. The worst, I think I've had a madras or something like that, or a chili tikka masala. Like there's nothing really.
If I'm not in
I've
pain
never
the
done
next day-
vindaloo.
Oh,
I used to
vindaloo's
deliver for an Indian, and he gave me a vindaloo one night, and he says, "You'll go home tonight, Paddy. You'll put toilet roll in this freezer." And I was like, "Fuck." And he was like, "No, seriously, very
Bastard.
fucking hot." And I was like, "Oh, no, your whole be burning, bastard." And I was like, "Fuck." I didn't even need it then. I just went, if an Indian's telling you to put a toilet roll in the freezer,
Yeah.
do not fucking eat his food. The next one, Shag, marry or kill, Arlene Foster, Michelle O'Neill and Naomi Long.
I feel we get this every week.
We do, so we need to answer it.
I'll shag all of them at once. I have discussed this. I'll pump them all if it's for peace.
I wouldn't marry any of them.
No.
I've been married once, I wouldn't do it again. Not saying that I'm married, but I just always said I would only ever get married once. So,
Yeah.
sorry, ladies.
Yeah,
fellas.
mistaken.
Fellas, fuck, you can't even just say that anymore.
Well, you can't because none of those people were fellas.
Right.
Debatable, but
Okay. Gareth really wants to know if you were ever put out of West Belfast, where would you move to? LOL. If I was put out of West Belfast, I would probably go where everybody who was put out of West Belfast went and go to Antrim. Because that's where you're probably the only place that you'll get a fucking house. Isn't it? Like, that's where... Because I remember, like, when there was drug droughts and stuff like that, you went to Antrim, you always got gear.
really?
Oh, what?
Why Antrim?
Because it was full of scumbags. It was kind of everywhere else. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
But if it was to pick somewhere, probably I would move to Carnlough or... But, I mean, if you're put out of West Belfast, you're going to have to really... It depends what you're put out for.
Aye. If it's drugs, just
You'll go to Girvan or something in Scotland.
yeah.
Move in with Johnny Adair.
That's right. Let your mine would be Scotland.
mate. What?
That's right. I to put Johnny at the out in Northern Ireland. He just like moves to Glasgow, and you're like, it's much of the same. Really? Like,
He didn't go where. He's in Troon.
I thought he went to Glasgow
No,
initially.
it's like fucking an hour and 20 minutes in the ferry to get him.
It's the shittest bounty hunters. Like,
Yeah.
how long? An hour and a half? Fuck that.
It's like 25 quid for a sail reel. Do you know what I mean? They don't even have to book a car on. It's just send a hitman, 25 quid, sail reel back. Let on you're going to fucking IKEA or something. Do you know?
There's a hitman sitting with 2 big cokes in the Stella Lounge. He's gonna get Johnny at there.
Have you anything in the bag? Oh, 2 pounds to shoot Johnny Dare. It's dead on, mate. Go ahead. Next one. Tell people to stop the rats. Nah! Stop the rats now!
Are you still ratting?
Fucking.
Is that still happening?
No, they're just standing on top of willy bins. Was at a party last night. Stag in Santa Ponza was mentioned again. The 2 Danish fellas get... Right, okay.
These stories get more homoerotic the more you tell me. Like, what? 2 Danish fellas in Santa Ponza?
Getting a bigger pattern than Ricky Hatton. Discussed in great detail. We were in Santa Ponza and there was 2 Danish army guys and they started touching people's willies in the bar. And I had...
So, like, just standing there.
So a few of the
Grip the
boys,
dick.
it was a tiny bar. It was a guy from Bangor opened an Irish bar, and we felt sorry for him. We met him that day on the beach, and he was like, "I'm from Bangor, and nobody comes to my Irish bar." And I was like, "Yeah, because you're not playing the Wolf Tones, mate. You know what I mean? And you've wicker furniture. You need to fucking stick a few Celtic tops up. You're just not doing it right."
Yeah.
So we went to the bar to support him that night, and there was 2 Danish guys, big tall Danish guys in it, and they went into the toilet and somebody came out and says, "You're not trying to touch my dick in there or something," and I was like, "What?" And then I was that drunk and sunstroke that they went keep him away from them and they put me down there. Not that I would have went, I had a clocked her, man.
What do you think? I thought you were going down to get your dick touched.
So
They
sat me down, and what basically happened was, then I fell asleep with a pair of sunglasses on in this like wicker chair, and your man walked down the bar hitting people, and walked right over to me sleeping, and hit me when I was sleeping.
Like a slap or on the dick?
Like slapped and pulled my sunglasses off my head.
Right.
So it was like a slap and pulled my sunglasses off, and I woke up. And I looked and I seen this big 6-footer down, and I just bounced up and got into him. And one of my mates was holding me, and he was punching the head. And I was like, you need to let go of my fucking hands, this cunt's killing me. And then I kicked him in the face. So.
And did we ever get to the bottom of why they're touching dicks?
No. Well, I just ended up fighting with the two of them, and then the cops came looking at me, so I had to leave Santa Ponsa. So I actually, we're talking about leaving West Belfast. I had to leave Santa Ponsa, which is like West Belfast.
It's the music to the Fugitive playing while you run up fucking Santa Ponsa beach.
I beat 2 tennis guys. So, right there, somebody has put in, have you ever seen this video about the 90s raves and sectarianism? No, I haven't, but I will watch it after. Your top 3 things about Belfast that are smacked out. Example, carry out in the park. What's your top 3 things about Belfast that are smacked out? Well, we spoke about shorts, flip-flops and white socks. That's smacked out the fuck, isn't it?
No, one of my favourite smacked out things is 2 people standing across the street shouting a conversation.
Well, that's not really a smacked
That's very, very smacked out. Like, at the opposite end of the street, proper shouting at each other.
I remember there was 2 fellas at the top of White Rock when I was driving the taxi, and I was sitting in the taxi, and one was going down with the training bag and the other one was walking up with a carry-out, and your mum with the carry-out shouted across, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he says, "Mate, I've had enough of that drinking during the day. I'm heading to the leisure centre to do a wee bit in the gym." And he went, "You're a fucking homo." And he went, "No, you're a fucking homo." And he went, "What do you mean?" He says, "Ask your ma." It's poetic.
That's
it's like
I'm trying to make sense of it.
Yeah, like on so many levels, it was just.
Incorrect.
But I went, that's actually poetic. If you put that into a book form and sold it, the Arts Council will probably give you fucking money.
More money than they give us.
Exactly.
And we're fucking geniuses.
Yeah, so that smacked out a pen or a fag behind an ear and going, "Here, mate, you any fags?"
Yeah.
Is smacked out the fuck.
I
Here,
remember
mate, you any smokes?
One time on Facebook, someone just put up the post, "I'm in town here, does anyone have a spur fag?"
Oh. Spurs a fag. That's smacked out the fuck, isn't it?
It's not so smacked out.
Oh. Mate, gets 20p to use a
Did
pay
you
for
drive down to me and give me a fig? Buy
No,
figs.
that really gets me.
What?
Like a wee smack coming up to you and going, "Here, mate, fucking let us use your phone for 2 seconds. I have no credit, man." And I'm like, fuck away off. Because you will run like fuck and I'll not catch you.
I once had a friend. This isn't smacked out. It's just pathetic. I had a friend, right, and he owed me a bit of money because he was a bit skint at the time, so I was like helping him out, and he was starting to take a piss with it. He texted me one day and he was like, "Here, mate, I've just met a wee girl at the bar and I got her number, but I've no credit in my phone. Can you send me a tenner so I can top it up and text her?" And I was like, "No, you fucking loser."
Is this your mate?
Yeah. And I was like, "What? Text her to do what? Oh, hey, I have a fiver. What do you want to get up to? Do you want to split a boojum?"
What if there were so many text messages that he ended up using and it was just getting to the good bit, and then he was like, "William, you're going to have to give me another tenner, mate."
Fuck him.
And then he would have sent you another one to say, "Listen, she sent me a dirty picture of her. I need another tenner for a taxi." Fuck.
It's 500 megabytes. Just get
30 quid down. Oh.
What grown man doesn't have a fucking tenner, like, do you know what I mean? But this wasn't like a this wasn't like an off thing. It was like the dude had no money for fucking ages.
Yeah.
And they was like, "Can you spend me a tenner?"
Some people just don't have money. I get that.
Nobody wasn't working. I lived with him.
No, I understand. That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't have money.
Yeah, but working. It was laziness. It was laziness.
You
that
go
he
to the
didn't work.
town and go, "Work, you homeless fucker."
No, because he wasn't homeless. He had a home. He just wasn't working out of
Maybe
choice.
he needed to rub his nose in it. No, like when he spent money, you should have got his nose and rubbed it in it, and then fucked him out the patio doors.
I should have texted the wee girl myself and walked her in front of him. That's what happens when you go to work, mate. You get this.
Here we go. Have you ever told a joke on stage that the crowd made have thought was way out of line? Yes.
Yes.
What was yours?
I did a joke about a certain individual in Strabane, and I'm not telling it because I'm not telling the story.
No, I don't want to tell the story.
I did a joke about someone in Strabane. You know the joke.
Yeah.
I didn't know, because I did it in Derry, and I, in my head, was
Did it
like,
work?
fucking murdered, like, so well. So I was like, well, if it works in Derry, it'll work anywhere.
Right.
I mean, it got a fucking round of applause. I made it my closer off the reaction
Right.
in Derry. Next night in Strabane, silent.
Yeah. Nothing.
Nothing. And I just, it's one of those ones, you come off stage, and you just walk out.
I can't particularly. I done a joke about a couple of old war veterans one time and says here see boys ones in or something, but I mean I didn't think it was that bad, but it fucking really went downhill.
Where'd you do that?
Derry Galnley.
Where the fuck's that?
London Derry Galnley actually.
No, but that wasn't even being like, I meant Germany, where's Derry Galnley?
It's in Enniskillen, it's a shithole. It's a shithole, don't go to it. My worst ever gig. If William was ever to get married, would he trust you to organise and plan his stag do?
You'd be one of the fun ones. I would probably give, if we're talking of people that listeners are going to know, the responsibility, if I had to choose, would go to like you and Dave.
Right, okay.
Because you would have...
Would you have any of us on your stag do?
I probably, yeah, I'd imagine so.
What would,
Yeah, of course I would.
What would the rest of the flute band think?
You'd be the only problem.
Well, they wouldn't, because they would go, he's a Fenian and a Celtic one, but I like him.
We like him.
We love him.
I wouldn't invite you to my stag do because you'd turn up with 40 ramen, getting fakes.
Just about to record the podcast with William. Any questions of Orange?
William of Orange. Don't get angry at me. I didn't make the joke.
No, I'm angry. I'm angry.
No,
at that one.
the fucking dirty look. Whoever sent that question in, you deserve that look that he gave me.
Wanker.
Do you get like that now? Right, this may sound wanky, but because you're comedians, when someone gives you shite banter, you're actually just like, why are you wasting my time?
Oh, mate, the
Well,
amount of people that like send me messages and try to talk to me, and you can use that, and I'm like,
Cheers, mate.
no, I can't. It was fucking shite. If you could have anyone guest on the pod, who would you love to have?
Are we talking locally or like if we could have
They
anyone?
haven't given specifics.
If we're talking locally, I would love Kieran and Cormac to be on it
Yeah.
at some stage. Also Colin, Shane, Dave. All those boys, they'll be on at some
Yes.
stage.
Well,
In the world.
nobody's getting invited on that.
In the world.
Henrik Larsson.
Henry. Oh, you're Celtic, man. I keep forgetting. Everything keeps coming back to Celtic. I was like, why Henrik Larsson?
Jim Alistair.
McGregor.
Genuinely, I would love to have Jamie Bryson on.
I'd love to have Bryson on too.
I would love. Why don't we send him?
Can I mediate a debate between you and Bryson?
Send him it. Get it done. I would love.
Love Jamie Bryson to be on
Not
this.
to make a content. I would love to just have a chat
discussion.
with him and just say, listen, this is a crap.
That's one thing. Do you know what? See if we did that and we had quite controversial figures from both sides on. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it not to be like a fucking get them on and grill them. I don't give a shit about that. Just
Right.
get them on, just say mad shit. Be fun. I'd get McGregor. I'd love you and McGregor on.
I'd just fed him for 100 grand. What's the best drink following a hangover to get you back to the disco again? I cannot have one drink that I cannot have is ouzo.
Is that the little juice box?
No, it's a spirit from like Greece.
Oh, right.
It literally is like projectile vomit. As soon as it enters me, it does nothing for me. It is like, look,
Right.
can't have it.
Right.
But when I do have it and I'm out drinking and somebody gives me one and I do it and then I go and be sick, I'm sober.
Right. So that's what you do.
If there hasn't, it's the worst drink for me to enjoy.
Yeah.
But if it's to get me back,
See, I thought that question was if you're
If you're
feeling
hangover.
rough and you need a hangover,
that's
what's
the
your
best
drink?
thing is see the last thing you drank the night before, drink it again.
See, I was going to say like Yazoo milkshake. That's what I need.
Nah,
when I'm hungover.
fuck. You need to get up the next day. You need
Drunk
to
again?
have. No, don't get drunk.
Just the drink.
Just have a drink of what you were drinking the night before.
See, I would take a shot of whiskey
It neutralises it.
because I normally am a whiskey drinker, so I'll get up and I'll take a shot
Little
of
whiskey
whiskey.
drinker, you, yeah.
Does surprise you I drink? What would you think I would drink?
Suki. Suki and double KD.
I like orange.
You look like a double KD drinker.
I do. I love.
Oh,
WKD.
see, I knew.
Who's ever had a blue WKD and said that's not nice? It may be a bit fruity, it may be a bit girly, but it's nice.
I don't think it's nice.
It's shush. It's lovely.
It's like having ace pops in a fucking bottle. It's
Why would you not want that?
stinking.
Like, WKD thoughts?
Aye, it's nice.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't drink. Like,
A WKD poured into a Sprite and a vodka
Do you know what's
is
nice?
lovely. What?
Southern Comfort and West Coast Cooler mixed. Fucking tasty.
Do you know what's delicious? Vodka and amber.
Do you know what's class?
What?
Vodka and fucking emptying 2 big packets of Skittles into it and leaving it for 24 hours.
I've done that.
It's amazing.
It's lovely.
Does William know who will be new Celtic manager?
Mourinho.
Mourinho.
Can I put money on it being Mourinho?
He's actually up on the batting there. So he is.
It would make sense because he's not the
Listen.
manager he was.
Celtic's never paying anybody more than 2 million to manage them. And Brent Rodgers got 2 million, and I was like, he just got the job by accident because he was meant to get the Swansea one, and he didn't get the Swansea one, and he came to Celtic, and then Celtic got compensation from Leicester, which was 6 million, and he managed them for 3 years, so they basically didn't pay him a fucking penny. Celtic are not going to pay Mourinho. Mourinho's made 190 odd million from being sacked from every team that he's been sacked from.
Aye.
He's made more money, and he's in caretaker gardener leave at the minute. So
is
he
still
can't
getting
take
paid?
he can't take a team in England. He can't take a team in the Premiership.
Yeah.
So he has to take a team somewhere else. So it's either
Celtic.
Valencia or Roma
China.
or Celtic. He's not going to go to China.
Load of money.
He likes living in the UK.
Right, okay.
So the only place he can't
So he might
manage
not-
Clinville because that's in Ireland.
Yeah.
But
And they're shite.
yeah, you didn't click her. I thought you were going
I
to.
didn't get what you mean, though.
Who do I think will be playing the field in football? Well, you know who's going to be playing. You want to go and see them?
The Wolf Tones.
Yeah, so
because
they-
I want
they-
to go. I really want to go. I do. Just to
So
see
I'm
what
gonna
it's
bring,
like.
I'm going to bring it. I don't think it's a good idea. I genuinely don't.
Do you think I'll get
I
attacked?
just no. I don't. Not one bit.
Then I'm alright. I'll be alright.
It's not about being attacked. It's just I don't think I would enjoy being in an environment with everybody with Union Jacks.
But this
and
is-
singing and
For me, I love being somewhere I've never been or somewhere I shouldn't be. Do you know, I really enjoy being places that.
well, we'll bring you the Ardoin.
Okay, I've been to Hardoin.
Fuck's sake. Have you?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of.
Drug dealers in Ardoin?
Aye. I've been to Hardoin.
Fuck, we're going to get about 20 questions next week. Who are the drug dealers? And it's going to be all these people with masks and fake accounts.
I've drug dealers now message me.
I don't know.
See if you get a shout. I'll give you some
don't
free
know.
stuff. I'm like,
I haven't been in contact with Phil, and Phil haven't been in contact with me. So I don't know. I get excited because I like the boxing that's at the Phil and I, and I've been to loads of concerts like UB40 and stuff like that. So I don't know who will be. Also, can we give a wee mention to Liam Shannon
yes.
on the thing? He has everybody in stitches telling people about exploits. He's a friend of mine, so
Yes. Shout out to Liam Shannon.
yeah. Why is nobody even trying to invent time travel? I think people would try, but it's just
Because why would you use it? It's too dangerous to use. I think.
I'd love to be able
If
to time
anybody could time travel, we fuck with it. Because if you go back and you change the past, then you change the future.
I would just go back and give Jamie Bryson a green wheelie bin instead of a blue one and see if he would get on it. That would have just been
I'd go
so
back.
fun.
I go back and do
Like,
Shane's podcast.
whoever was told to go and get a bin, like they had a bit of sense and
Yeah.
they weren't colourblind. Could you imagine if somebody had to come back with a bin that had like a fucking Ireland sticker on it or something? You know, like the only Fenian in Newton Ard's bin. It would have been funny. Michael Dornan, if your granny had balls, would she really be your granny? If my granny had balls, she would have been in the freak circus. So she would have, and it would have matched her beard. So, is it?
See when they say that, does your granny also have a dick? Or are you talking balls on vagina?
It's one of them stupid fucking things.
I know, but people always say that, and that's what I always
It's a
wonder.
good.
Is it a
do you know
vagina
actually
with
Shane was
balls on
saying
it?
yesterday on the podcast? That's one of his favourite sayings.
If your granny had balls, she
Aye.
Remember Gino DeCampo did the shite version of that?
You would have knew about that if you had been honest, Peter. Is it okay to spank your ma? No, it's
No,
not.
it's illegal. Don't do it.
It's fucking terrible.
I'm doing 6
This is the
years since
thing,
being in the room.
It's since I done it on the podcast. Like people are going. Some people have actually went, mate, that's hilarious. It wasn't. If they actually watch, I wasn't laughing. I actually had the worst night of my life, and I think it actually put me off drugs and stuff
Yeah.
at the time because I went to myself, that's fucking dangerous. Like, to get to that stage where you think it's okay to speak your mind, it's not.
You're too far gone. What about that? You're too far gone by that stage into the drugs.
It was just anything to keep the party going, and that's a scary thought that you would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes
Apart from the Loyalist Christmas gig you did, I want to hear about a gig that you did in the sticks countryside that was either weird, uncomfortable, or downright hilarious. Your random stories about old memories are brilliant. I think maybe on the next podcast we'll do.
Honestly, that question would take an hour to answer.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
There's
We'll definitely cover it. I promise you, Fintan, on the next podcast. Why did the taxi depots change the peelers from 13 to 16 asking for a friend? See, I got a lot of stick because I did say that
White Rock
if
on there.
13's broke down or 16, it was 13. And they were like, you were a taxi man, you should have knew.
Yeah.
I was
What
a
that
black
was,
taxi
yeah.
driver. I didn't,
Yeah.
Anyway. Did you go through the Odyssey drive through yet? Did you go through the Odyssey drive through yet?
I assume that
Is
was
that the
test
delegate
centre?
test? I did. I did, yeah. Are
Roughly.
farts lumpy?
If you've shit yourself, yes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, when they're shitting.
Listen, get to my age.
I'm not criticizing it. Like, I've shit myself before. Just not regularly. Not every time.
Johnny Crawford said, have you ever sat on your hand till it's numb and made toast because it feels like someone else is making it for you? Why did he code it? Why didn't he just say, have you ever had a wank with a numb hand?
I think he's taking it because that question gets asked on every podcast ever.
Right, okay.
So I think he's taking a piss there, but that's very funny.
Do you know what? It's actually put me in mind of a wee bit of toast. And I'm actually going to sit in my hand and see if I can make toast.
As for somebody that's really lonely.
Thank you for the toast. You're welcome.
That would be a nightmare because there's no feeling in that. You'd just be dropping knives and
Do you
fucking butter everywhere.
Do you ever try and catch a toast, or do you go in with a knife?
I don't really eat toast. I would wait, like, it'll pop up.
You're fucking weird as fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you don't eat toast.
Low carb, bro.
Low carb.
Low carb.
Low carb, bro.
Low carb, bro. High
Mate,
protein,
you
low
sound
carb.
like a fucking...
I'm sorry that I don't want to have visible tits. Right? But I'm not small. This is how shit eating is.
You've had toast before.
I've had it, but yeah.
Right. Have you ever made toast for yourself?
No. Because I don't really like it. I've put it in the toaster and then it comes up and you just lift it, but I've
Did you
never...
ever see a bagel, right?
Yeah.
You won't know this, right?
I know what a bagel is, like.
Bagels hold the heat like fuck.
Right.
Do you know if you leave a bit of toast in the toaster for more than a minute and a half, when it comes out, it's lukewarm. It's
Yeah.
not as nice and the butter doesn't melt on it, right?
Yeah.
A bagel, like, retains heat.
Right.
It's like, fuck me. Even if you leave it there for 5 minutes, you come back and you flick it out and you catch the bus and you're like, fucking move it. It's like a juggle under the plate.
Because you're expecting it to be
And then
freezing.
it's fucking everywhere. But it holds heat like fuck.
Bagel with cheese on it, melted in. Oh, that's what I want.
But that's toast.
Yeah, no, but not
You
brilliant.
fucking don't like toast and you don't like carbs.
I don't-
That's fucking full of
I
carbs.
don't. I'm saying I like it. I don't make it loads,
Jesus Christ.
and I wouldn't. If someone else was making it, I'd have it. I'd never make that.
Right. I think that is me for questions.
Fuck, they were all yours. I'm still minded.
Wait, we'll do yours. Come on.
Claude 756 says, "Why were the hoops so shite this season?"
Because they were Bellix. They just fucked up in the transfer window, and the players didn't look like they were interested. And I just think Neil Lennon didn't have the same ability to get them to do. And Rangers were obviously.
I think it was
Rangers
Rangers
were-
were better, and you were just
At the-
scared.
and
You
the-
were
No,
scared,
Rangers-
and we're the
Rangers-
better team, and
Rangers
you just
weren't.
couldn't hack that.
And they cheated too. The Scottish government, Nicola Sturgeon, they made Celtic fucking wait 2 weeks to play and all, and then Rangers didn't have to do it. No.
Oh no, we have to wait before doing the job we're paid millions to do. Oh no. You're shit.
Aye.
Nipple-sized fingers or finger-sized nipples?
What was that?
Nipple-sized fingers or finger-sized nipples?
Finger-sized nipples.
I have finger-sized nipples.
Do you?
I have tiny nipples.
And then they'd be big again. That's the opposite.
What? Well, finger-sized, but your fingers like...
Mate, if your nipple hangs out that much, that's fucking pretty.
See,
huge.
I'm going fingertip. I was going diameter.
No,
Which
you're
honestly,
saying like
that's what my
finger
nipples are.
sized. He didn't say fingertip. He says,
Oh,
so,
nipple-sized fingers then.
So you want wee tiny
Wee
fingers?
tiny fingers. Tickle.
Like Kieran Bartlett.
Yeah. It's Kieran have wee small hands.
Tiniest hands ever.
I've never noticed.
Tiniest hands ever. It's fucking unreal. It's scary.
See, I've
like
tiny
I put,
hands too.
like you put the hands up with Kieran, and it's like that. And it's mad because he's so fucking good at
with the
playing the guitar.
Yeah.
And he has wee nimble hands.
He said to me one time, he's like, "Oh, do you want me to help you learn to play the guitar?" And I was like, "Kieran, ain't no fixing. Like, I can't." He's like,
It's like, I was thinking about inviting Kieran up for a bit of a fist party, and they're like, he doesn't really do it for me. Tiny hands. Any more questions?
Last one from me.
Go ahead.
Port Stewart or Port Rush?
Port Rush.
Port Rush. I like both, but Port Rush.
Port Stewart's just really
It's nice.
middle class.
Yeah.
Whereas Port Rush, it's got bars.
It's where scums go to feel middle class.
Is that what it is?
That's what Port Rush is.
It's like BT Niners become gypsies at the weekend.
Yeah, like I would only be in a middle class place if I'm staying in a caravan.
Would it be class, like if a bank manager lived in Malone Road and he had a caravan and thing, and then when it came to like a Friday, he came in and he was like, "Oh, I took the tie off, Marjorie. Will we head up to the caravan?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then they fucking put the Volvo in the garage and pull out a Transit. And they have 2 Jack Russells, and he gets like the vest on, the string vest on, and she gets.
It's just you with your
hoop
small
earrings,
dog again.
the big hoop earrings, and they're like, "How are you going?" They become tinkers at the weekend.
Yeah, that's the end of the questions there.
Okay, well,
That us for another week.
that's us for another week, my friend.
Thank you all for checking in. Sorry we missed the week. We were still setting up this fucking amazing studio, but it's worth it. Look how good this look. Look how good this look.
Look how good this.
I forget word talk.
Nipple tip fingers.
I have nipples for fingers. Thank you for checking us out. Come back again next week. Thank you.